And good evening, welcome back. Yes, we are here with the classic sound of the old school menu of GT4 live exclusive to YouTube. I am your host, Swishbone, for the remainder of the evening. Good evening to Joe Duke. See you over in the chat box over in that direction, saying, nice to see you. Nice to see you too. Welcome back. And well, tonight's the big one. On the last stream, we managed to unlock the Gran Turismo World Championship. So we're going to take it on. As you can see, scrolling down all these lists here, they are all complete. So with that in mind, no restrictions, championship race, who knows what we may win, assuming we win the championship. Don't assume anything yet. We may not find this so easy. So as you can see, I've gone straight for the Toyota GT1. It powered us to victory in the Japanese GT Championship. Championship-wise, we've got the BMW V12 LMR, the Mazda 787B, and the GT1. So there's a double Toyota entry here. I think they're going to be the three cars to watch out for. The Camaro's going to be very slow, and the Chaparral can be a bit of a wild card, to be fair, but I don't think it's going to quite be that good. Oh. Well, that's a problem. I've not got super hard tyres. So, pardon me for a second. I'm going to very quickly need to go out to the garage to get some new tyres. Meanwhile, good evening, Avian. You say that today's your Friday? Are you off for the weekend? Because if you are, that's amazing. And enjoy it is all I've got to say to that one. Fantastic. Good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. Need to very quickly, got to do... Oh, have I got to abandon... I'm gonna have to withdraw from it. That's annoying. Why can't you just buy tyres? That's so annoying. That's incredibly annoying. Ah, see, you're back in on Sunday. That's unusual, isn't it, for you to be on a Sunday? So apologies there for the scrolling. I was having a bit of an issue with the timing of the stream though. It seemed a bit weird. Ah, the timing of the trains, yes. Well, I mean, you say it's going to be much easier than with the CLK LM. Yes, the CLK was a real challenge. We had real difficulty with that one. So now that we've got some fresh tyres, it does mean we're going to get a new grid. So what's our real, what have we got? We've now got the Peugeot 905, oh, the Bentley Speed 8. Now we're up against all Group C cars. We've not got a single NASCAR. Every single car is in the same class as the Toyota GT1. Now we're in a proper championship. Oh, yes, now we've got a proper challenge here, people. We've got many of the best cars all up against me. This is going to be a big one, but we're not going to qualify. It's a championship. We're going straight into the race. Here we go. Oh, listen to that sound! Oh wow, that R92 was a rocket ship out of the corner. They're definitely on medium tyres. I can tell by the way they're getting off the corners. They've got a massive traction zone here. I'm actually quietly impressed by this. This is going to be fun. We're in for a real championship now, people. I'm liking this. This is awesome. We're on some proper racing here, people. Apologies if I don't get around to your comments because my tyres are freezing cold and they are super hard. The big advantage for me is I should be able to make it through this race without having to stop. That's my one advantage. Oh, these tyres have got no grip. I have a zero grip on these tyres. You might have beat me at Le Mans, but you're not beating me here. Sod off. Back in your lane.
Glad you found that one funny, Joe. I thought you'd like that one.
The only reason he won is because the car broke down half an hour to go. Yes, BMW will never ever claim true victory of that race. It was gifted to them. So I'm not pulling away here, but that's okay, that's fine. We don't need to be pulling away. We just need to be managing our tyres. Doing what we can to pull away. Now we've got a couple of seconds in the bank, so that's a breather. Yeah, these tyres are now up to temperature. I'm getting a lot more confidence on them. They're sticking to the road a lot better. So obviously this game didn't simulate using formation laps, so you had no way of warming your tyres on the way to the grid. There's no tyre blankets, nothing. You literally put them on and you have to do it on the circuit. Makes you wonder if F1 would be more entertaining if they did that. In the feeder categories like Formula 2, Formula 3, they have to do that. Whereas in F1, they can have them cooked and ready to go, which is not quite the same. I mean, speaking of F1, by the way, the McLaren team. Great win from them in Baku. And an amazing recovery from Norris from 15th to 4th. Except, there's allegedly allegations that they're cheating. Apparently, their rear wing flexes in a strange way that gives them a second DRS. Even when DRS is actually not open. So there's already a debate as to whether they found a genius area of the rules to exploit, or if they're breaking the rules. Expect that to run and run through the back end of the season. My personal take on it, I didn't quite see this effect, but when I saw a still of it, there is definitely some kind of gap there. The question is it within the rules? I'm not a scrutineer, so I can't tell you. Still, I'm liking the fact that the AI are actually keeping up with me in this race. This is not anywhere near as easy as it normally is. Normally, you're like in the lead, go burr, but not this time. Well, exactly, yeah, because everyone's obviously alleging that Red Bull were using those, what's it called, asymmetric braking, whatever it's called, where the brakes have different forces on different sides of the car. And obviously that's illegal, and everyone's already complaining that Red Bull were essentially exploiting the rules and getting around it, and that's why they've gone backwards. The truth is, we don't know. And so that Peugeot has broken 3 of the pack and is now going to be a real problem for me. However, if he pits and if he goes into the box, the race is over. Because I'm on a zero-stop strategy. That's the difference between me and the AI. So I technically don't need to be in the lead. As long as I'm in touch and distance, we'll be fine. But you can see it's the Peugeot that's upped his pace, not me dropping back, because look at how much we've both pulled away from the pack. Nope, they've not stopped yet. I'm liking this. This feels a lot more challenging than it did when it was last time. And it was challenging enough last time with the Mercedes CLK. Not technically within the rules, that, going right up to the wall there, but I got away with it, so I don't care. Oh, very slidey tyres there. Meanwhile, good evening, Alistair Jack. You've recovered after con crash. It has to be said, going to a con is extremely tiring, it must be said. I was totally a ball of energy in the hotel room after Anime North. Oh, yes, I was. I was totally ready to go raving all night. I totally didn't want to sit in and watch the Wild Hours anime. Oh, no. That totally didn't happen. Yeah, the slow gearing of the 905 Alistair Jack, Joe even, was because the Peugeot wanted to break the record for the top speed. It's where they got the 405 line of cars from, because they hit 405 kilometers an hour. I agree, Avian, yeah, I need to finish it because it was just so bizarre. It was mental. So all of a sudden I've broke clear of the Peugeot now. I wonder if its tyres have gone. Because my tyres are in fabulous condition. I could easily do twice the distance here with the way I drive. I'm not exactly the fastest driver in the world, but I do keep things going. And that's what you need. And remember, we're not in F1 here, we're in endurance. And this car is very quick, Alistair Jack. It was the car that should have won the Le Mans 24-hour in 1999. However, due to, literally, I think it was a gearbox or something like that, with 30 minutes to go, it retired. That's not as bad as 2016 when the car broke down with 3 minutes to go when they were going to win. It seemed that Toyota at Le Mans was cursed until 2019 when they finally won it. And they won it a further 2 times, I think they're 3 times winners. But that Peugeot is really getting on my nerves because it's yet to go into the pits and it's got me nervous that it's not going to stop. And if it doesn't stop, this is going to be a dogfight on the final lap. Which is nice. It's nice to see a fight being put by the AI. Normally, once you're in first place, you just pull away and leave them alone. Not this time. The AI's like, I'm not letting you go, lad. If you want to get across the border, you're going to have to get past me. So as we keep on rocking our car here, is it going to go into the pits? No, I don't think it has. It stayed out. This Peugeot's going all the way to the end. Yeah, it seems that a 905 is incredibly OP, but some cars have gone into the pits. So knowing the AI, they'll pit on the final lap. And if that happens, all is golden as far as I'm concerned. Take the karting line here. Extra speed on the way out of the corner. I'm surprised that works, but I'll take it. Yeah, absolutely, Joe. You're quite correct. Classic AI brain. Oh, no, that's no good. That was a classic human brain. Going in too bloody fast. But I recovered it by a barrel full of oversteer. But that's cost me a load of time. I did not need to do that. I was too busy ragging on the AI to pay attention to my own driving. But that's okay. We're still in the lead. It's fine to make a mistake, as long as you don't let it go punished. Here we go. Are we in a dogfight, or is he going into the pits? No, he's staying out. It's a true battle to the end. The Peugeot has finally broken the AI dumb brain moment, people. I'm up against some true AI here. The Peugeot is now a deadly enemy. This is going to be a nice encounter to end the race. What a race to start the stream, people. A proper race. The AI are not actually giving up. The AI are giving us a challenge. I'm liking it. It's awesome. This was not the case in the vanilla version of this game. The AI got a buff. Come on then, how powerful is your car? Slipstream this. Come on, keep up. So it was only the Sauber C9 and the Nissan R92 that had to go into the pits there. The top four did not stop, including me. That is a first. So I like this already. Right. I'm going to very quickly back out. We saw on another championship how not saving caused a problem. So I'm deliberately going back. We have just saved. So let's get back to the race. Yeah, the only problem with the tyre wear on this, Joe, is that early laps, they are very, very cold. So it's very... Oh! Well, this is going to be interesting. 21 laps of the Twin Ring Motegi Speedway. This is where we might need to look at our gear ratios. They're going to possibly be a little too slow. We want to turn our gears down a bit. I don't want gears ultra long because the straightaway is not that long here. So acceleration is important. Well, we've got hards and we've got super hards. We also appear to have a game that has decided it doesn't want to work. That is why I saved my game, people. Bear with me a moment. I'm going to quickly fire this back up. Sorry about this, people. I do apologise. I'm just going to quickly look at something. I think part of the problem might be some of the settings I was running. Okay, let's fire this back up. Yes, this software is a demo sample. It's also a demo sample that has been hacked, so it's not exactly a legit way of playing this. Let's get started and carry on. Right. I've just done a slight change to the graphics settings, and hopefully that might fix some issues. Hopefully being the keyword. Right, quickly go back into the gearbox. Well, the last time I did this, the game crashed, so this might be part of the challenge, people. You can't modify your car. I'm going to go with short gearing. I'm going to try something risky. Have extra bite in the tyres. No. No. Oh no. It appears that this circuit is a bogey track. It's not going to work. It's not having it, people. Let's try again. I'm going to do a quick restart one more time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to very quickly do a quick reset. Well, I mean, if we reach a point where the game can't carry on, there's not much we can do, really, to be honest, but I'm going to try something else. I'm going to simply suffer. I'm going to start the race without making any changes. We're going in challenge mode, people, where I can't make any changes at all. However, there is a problem with that. It means I can't alter the graphical settings, so the graphics might look a little sloppy here. There's not much I can really do about it. I'm not going to risk using a state save either. I get the feeling that might cause problems. Here we go. Well, the race starts. Okay. That's automatically better. We can at least start the race. That gives us a chance. So I do apologise if it looks a bit blurry. It's because I've not been able to engage the HD mode. Give me your slipstream, Bentley Speed 8. Hey! Who the fuck do you think you're crashing into? Back in the loser lane where you belong. Who the hell do you think you're crashing into? Stay the hell away from my car. You fake Bentley wearing an Audi cosplay. Get the fuck off my car! Mategi has all the it might do in Japan possibly. I don't think it has the Indy. I don't think it has Indy there anymore. They used to have a Japanese IndyCar race, but I don't think Indy Japan is a thing anymore, to my knowledge. I wouldn't be surprised if Super Formula do a race there though, or if they have like a version of their own like stock car kind of thing. I would not be surprised. The problem I've got is I've not got the high-speed cornering that they've got. So the issue I have here is with my tyre setup, they are inching away. But however, as long as I keep them in position, we'll be fine. Plus, I have a desperate strategy if required. A strategy I've just seen the BMW using. The NASCAR line. I mean, our lap times aren't bad. We're in the 28s, which isn't brilliant, but it isn't slow either. Unfortunately, Avian, in this game, as much as this game is modified, it's not modified to include those. They don't exist. Absolutely, Rose. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. It's one of my streams. You know it straight away. Get the fuck off my car. You're not wrong. Welcome anyway. How are you doing, mate? Good to see you. You just missed me having 2 game crashes trying to do that awfully strenuous thing of changing my gear ratios. Oh yeah, that's going to break the game, people. It certainly broke this one, but what can you do? You just got to get on with it as best you can. So I do apologise for the blurry image. It's because I didn't want to risk going into the graphical settings before this race and crashing the game again. On the next circuit, I'll try and get the graphics back. It's only because I had to reload the game that happened. And I couldn't get into my home menu, I'm afraid. It wouldn't let me do it. Well, with these guys squabbling, this actually isn't too bad for us because we've got clean air. So we might be able to make our tyres go the distance. And if we can, that should mean we outlast them. We'll certainly outlast the Nissan and the Sauber. The danger is the Peugeot. The Peugeot didn't have to stop last time, and that concerns me. Of course, I can just do this. Deny you're not got no hot tub tonight. Oh, dude, that's a shame. That'd have been a good experience. Especially with the colder nights that have started to arrive here in the UK. It would have been nice to have that bathing experience, but what can you do? Oh, they're 3 abreast. They're at war. And I think the Nissan's going for the lead here. But if those two start rubbing against each other, they might be close enough for me to get a tow. They're just out of range, but not by much. That's fine. Keep doing that, please. That's right, I've joined the duel now. Why do you hear boss music? Because I'm here. That's why you hear boss music. You thought I was out, did you? Wrong. This villager's got a pitchfork and he's coming right up your arse. It does sound good, doesn't it, Joe? You're not wrong. That V8 on the C9 is incredible. The classic triple arrows on the Mercedes. The heart of the cars. I like that one, Avian. That's a cracker. That's a belter. Brake checking me in the middle of the corner. Oh, that's how you want to play it, do you, Mr. Peugeot driver? You want to play it that way, do you? And we just lapped somebody coming out of the pits as well. I just realised that the last second. That's right, I'm breaking the toe. So this is actually a bloody good race. Why wasn't the AI like this in the original game? This is amazing. This is a proper old-fashioned duel. Understeer, chronic understeer. I know you're there. Oh, actually managed to out-drag him then. This is bloody close. The two title contenders vying hammer and tongs. No, you're not having a toe off me, mate. I'm not giving you no slipstream. I got 199 Ks and none of them are yours. Oh, he hit me, the bastard. The bastard hit me. The bastard took me out. He took me out on the final corner, the bastard. And then the jealous BMW ran me up the arse for good measure. Yeah, that's right, yeah. I can do that as well. Yeah. No, actually. I'm not ranked second at all. I won the opening race and I set the fastest lap. And so that was actually a very, very fun race if it wasn't for that. And again, had I been able to change my gear ratios and slightly detune them, I might have had a bit more speed. Unfortunately, every time I tried, the game was like, nope, not letting you do that. And because I don't want to have to redo that race, even though I did come second in the nastiest way. But it's fine. It's all okay. Where are we racing next then? Oh, we're at Hong Kong. I'm qualifying for this. Or at least I'm going to try to. In order to do it, I'm going to need to change my tyres. Wish me luck, people. Wish me luck. And at this circuit, we definitely want low gearing. If the game's going to let us. Here we go, people. Get ready. Oh, it's loading. Yay! That's the first time. Okay. Now let's quickly qualify. This is one circuit where I am refusing to come from behind. I refuse. At this circuit, I am going to be racing from the front, or as close to it as I can get. In this car, it's not exactly designed for a tight circuit like this. And bear in mind, I am on medium tyres. I've not got qualifying tyres. I didn't buy any qualifiers because they're a bit too fragile and expensive. So it might not work out this, but I'm going to try anyway. Oh god, that's a tight corner. That corner's tighter than my bank account. Okay, so we've got warmer tyres now. Let's see how we go in the actual lap itself. And we start by going very deep, so that's not a good start. This is a circuit that's not really designed for GT Le Mans cars. It really is not. It's not cut out for this. It's designed for like small city cars and, you know, little luxurious like coastal drives. It's not designed for throwing a Le Mans prototype around. It's a real challenge for that reason. Imagine this circuit on the real F1 calendar, Joe. How interesting would that be? And I will say this, be damn sight better than Vegas. Yes, I said it. Come at me, USA. It's not necessarily Vegas itself that's the problem, Queen. It's the Vegas circuit. It's an absolute joke. That's pole position. I'm taking it. Right. Oh. Nope, that's not worked. Give me a second. Right, I've just made a state save, just in case. True, yes, if Carlos and Checo aren't next to each other at the end of the race. For those of you who aren't F1 fans, at the Azerbaijan round, which is meant to be the European Grand Prix, on literally the penultimate lap, they both crashed into each other and retired. They threw away very, very, very valuable points. Both Lando Norris and Max Verstappen were like, yeah, this is fine. They were very happy with it. Right, 18 laps. Oh, hang on a second, just realised something. So I'm quickly going to try, and I'm also going to quickly try and change the graphics while I'm at it. I just realised that I didn't do that. See how it's on normal? If I put it in HDI mode, it's quite a bit cleaner. The signal's better. This is why most people play the US version rather than the European version, because that option is not in the European versions of this game. We didn't deserve it over here, apparently. Even though HD CRT TVs were a thing. Which, when you think about it, doesn't make much sense. How do you get high definition on a CRT? Maybe you shoot more electrodes at the screen or something, I don't know, you tell me. Right, let's go again. Yeah, that's definitely a lot sharper. I can tell already. Speaking of sharper graphics, by the way, the guys at Digital Foundry put some comparison footage of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth being captured on a native PS5 versus the supposed test footage for the Pro. And they actually showed where there are some sizable improvements. Except for one problem. They actually emphasised how poorly optimised the performance mode in the original Rebirth was, rather than how powerful the PS5 Pro is. All it showed was just that the performance mode was badly optimised. Right, this is my chance here because the Peugeot is not behind me. So if I can start to pull away, this race is mine. You posted that just as I started to say it, Joe. Our timing was impeccable. And because it's my chance, I'm going to blow it now. Or maybe... Oh, the Sauber's crashed. What the hell? The AI actually had a crash. Just like I did, because there's no grip on these super hard tyres. They have absolutely zero grip. Good Lord. I've got less of a grip than a Conservative MP. I'm suddenly turning into Max Verstappen. I got no grip in the rears, no grip in the rears. Every 2 seconds. Oh, aggressive. Yeah, good. Okay. Excellent, that worked. The good thing is my shorter gearbox is coming in handy here because I'm getting nearer to top speed quickly. And because it's such a low speed circuit, it's what you need to pull away if you can. Yeah, we've massively cut our lap times down. We did like a 1:12 in qualifying. We're already into the 1:14s. But there's a big difference now. We've got a big gap opening. What we've got to do is maintain it. I'm actually quite quietly impressed by a Nissan R92. It's actually broke away from the pack. I'm surprised that's actually happened because that car normally in this series is not doing that well, but it's actually performing beautifully here at Hong Kong. Because I broke a big gap on him and then he's broke a massive gap on the cars behind. Which is good news for me because if he goes into the pits, it means I've got a huge gap to play with. Yeah, 4.5 seconds clear. So currently around about a second a lap faster. Fingers crossed we can keep that pace going. If we can, we have a real chance. It's about keeping the tyres alive, that's my one concern, but depending on the gap, it might not be a problem. So this splitting of the compounds, hards on the front, super hards on the rear, is helping. Because I've got enough to deal with the tyre wear at the back of the car. Yeah, now it's 6.5 seconds. This is really good news. That's not. That's horrible. Turn too soon. I took the Monaco line a little too literally, that. Yeah, that's over the line. That'd be a penalty. Except there's no stewards in this game, which I'm annoyed at because the Peugeot would have got a penalty for taking me off in the last race, but easy come, easy go, as they say. No, I'm not doing the rest of the song. I refuse to desecrate Queen. It's not happening. And that includes your channel, by the way, Queen 30. I'm not desecrating that. Go check out the Let's Play Zero Escape sometime, people. I've still got an episode to catch up on that, believe it or not. Been too busy with work. Yeah, that's a big gap that's opened up behind now, which is really useful. Oh, bit deep, but we'll get away with it. I got like some kind of interference then. I was losing power halfway through the corner. Yeah, I didn't gain any time. I'm quite annoyed by that. Ow. What a stupid place to put a wall. By the seat, stop people falling in. I mean, that's just silly. Why would you do that? And all of this so that we can win a car. But because it's randomised, what kind of cars am I likely to win, people? We've had an interesting roll so far in this run. We've had some really, really good cars. We've had some sheds, but not too many. So the question is, do we get a priceless car, or do we get a shed? Yeah, the gap's opened up to nearly 9 seconds now, so that's good news. You reckon it has to be a troll because it's the World Championship? It would make perfect sense, wouldn't it, Joe? You have won the Mercedes-Benz Patent Motorwagen 1886. You have won a Honda Civic. I mean, to be fair, I've won that many Honda Civics and Honda NSXs. Surely I can't win any more. All gold in the S license, you got a Honda NSXR, which is still better than the car you get legitimately. It's still a better reward. I mean, we're not setting the world ablaze on pace, but our tyres are also still holding up. And our pace is kind of like equalised with the opposition at the moment, so it's evident that they're not struggling as much on their tyres, but if they go into the box, then that changes the game. Who the hell is in last? They are really slow, whoever they are. They're like nearly 30 seconds behind me. If that's the Peugeot, then brilliant. Stay there. You see, in motorsport, they often say that the loneliest place to be is actually in the driver's seat, because you don't have any of the graphics or anything to tell you who's behind you, so unless you know, by seeing in your mirrors the car you're up against, you have no idea where anybody is. You've no idea how long's left in the race, you're literally just cracking on, pounding the laps around. And I'm sure you're having loads of fun, but you're like, who am I up against? Where are they? Kind of thing. And that's what it feels like here, with the absence of any kind of graphics other than the car, knowing that the Nissan R92 is behind me. I'm kind of like stranded out on the island in front, and I'd rather be in front than behind, though. That I will say. I'm liking the challenge that is in this version of the Gran Turismo World Championship. Normally, if you're in a decent car, you blow them into the seaweed. But here, they've genuinely been a threat and genuinely used decent strategy, which has made it a real challenge. But if I'm right, that Nissan has really started to struggle, because it looks like he's lost a load of time to me. It's like split time, I didn't turn up to like 33, 34 seconds on the lap, and it's normally more like 30, 31. Might not sound like a lot, 3 seconds, but in motorsport, that's an absolute lifetime. Yeah, I've not even set a great lap time there, and it's still like I was pulling away. But he's not gone into the box though, because you can see the pit lane is the little thin line that goes in a 90-degree angle. That's the pit lane on this circuit. Oh. Well, I did pull away, but I've thrown it away now with that one. Yeah, we're into the yellow tyres at the back. I'm actually concerned for my tyre wear. My front tyres are holding up fine, but I think it's the sheer amount of traction zones in this circuit. It's like lots of 90-degree corners and hairpins. Means I'm constantly spinning the tyres. And even being on super hards, they're being torn to shreds. I'm really concerned I might need to pit on this race. If I do, I'm going to try and do it with like 4 laps to go and double mediums and go absolutely postal. Because my lap times are tumbling down to 115s now. And the Nissan's in the box. As is somebody else, but I don't know who. Right, the Bentley Speed 8 is 25 seconds behind me. All I've got to do here is be patient. So for all you people out there watching, by the way, thank you very much. As I say, you're watching me literally driving around in circles. There's so much more better things you could be doing right now. I'm absolutely amazed. Thank you all so much. I've just had a very decent lap there. I pulled back 2 seconds. That's good news. So the question is, what kind of time we got for the Bentley? Have we gained any more time? That was not the best lap. Good, 27 seconds. We're okay for now. And another car has gone into the box. Interesting. I wonder who that was. Let's say if the Bentley's holding up the Peugeot, then that's awesome. So getting pole position was very important for this circuit. I knew full well without pole this would be a race that's almost impossible to win, because there's practically no overtaking opportunities. The only realistic one is down into that hairpin at the end of the bus straight, but even then, you know, keeping close enough on hard, super hard tyres, there'd just be no grip. But speaking of no grip, check out those rear tyres. I am very, very concerned that they're going to fall off the cliff. Ah, the BMW LMR. The BMW's now got ahead of the Bentley. I think the Bentley's run out of grip. If the BMW boxes, I'm going for it. The BMW has, and so has the Bentley. Right, perfect. I think we can, but if I'm right, the Nissan is going to come out. And if I'm correct, I'll be able to go medium, medium. Yeah, I'm right. The Nissan's 45 seconds behind me. It's going to be tight, but we're going to go for it. No fuel. That's one of the key things I'm going to do. I don't need fuel. I'll be refusing the fuel. I didn't change the front tyres by accident. Luckily, they're in good condition. It's too late now. I'm not messing around. Nissan's just coming up to the hairpin now. This is going to be tight. It's a question of how much he's got ahead of us. Okay, come on. Jack's down. Jack's down. Come on, Jack's down. Oh, we've gapped him. We've gapped him with ease. If anything, that little stop in the middle there where we didn't change tyres could have made all the difference. Because by not changing the front tyres, it was one less animation to fill in. It might have saved us some time. And we're only going 3 more laps, so those tyres at the front will be fine. That's the difference between a human and the AI. We can choose not to put any fuel in the car. We can customize our stop to give us a little extra time, take a gamble. But already I'm feeling the difference in the grip here. The grip is night and day difference. Considering that was an outlap, I just did a 115 on an outlap. That is demonstrably faster. We still lost a little time overall because we were about 34 seconds clear. So it did cost us 10 seconds that. But the advantage is that we have now got a big gap to play with. And there's a chance that gap's only going to grow. Now that our tyres are up to temperature, now that we're on full speed. Yeah, 1:11.8. What a difference in time that is. Yeah, we just gained about 4 seconds on him then. We're lapping demonstrably quicker. Oh, what a stupid place, what a barrier by the side of the road. Come on, what are you doing?
Like, I'm driving, don't interrupt me. Like, that's a stupid place, like, put a barrier. Like, what are you doing? You don't know how to design a circuit. Get out of here.
Actually, that'd get very annoying if a stream like that. I'm going to stop there right now. That would be very, very annoying very, very, very quickly. Well, this has been a hard-fought race. Not as hard-fought as the Super Speedway, but it's bloody good as far as I'm concerned. It's not going to be a fastest lap, but I don't care. And look at who came last. Plumb last. That is payback for the cheap, dirty, underhanded, pathetic victory that I totally would have taken myself if I had the chance at the Super Speedway. Absolutely, Joe. Yeah, very, very good points. It was a pole to lights to flag victory. A very, very important victory for the championship. I'm now backing out because I once again want to get a save done. I just get the feeling there might be a few tracks on this game that are bogey circuits for the way that this ROM has been adjusted, shall we call it. It's been adjusted. Ah, Seoul Central Reverse. Right, first of all, quick state save, just in case. Oh. I didn't mean to qualify. That I did not mean to do. I'm going to back out. I will qualify, however, because it's a rolling start. And rolling starts in this game are an absolute nuisance. Now, meanwhile, there are some long straights here, but then there's a lot of short, sharp bursts. So I think probably a 13 is all we're going to need. Because while there's one very long straight, after that it's like short bursts and tight corners. Kind of similar to Hong Kong in that respect, only the straightaway is much longer. Yeah, that's right. I don't want to be behind that car. I don't want anyone in my way. Now, this could be a race where we take a gamble on mediums and hards, but I don't think I want to. I'm going to go with hard and super hard. We'll play it conservative. Start from the front and then try and build our gap. I mean, the good thing is that if we are lapping seconds a lap faster, then we could actually get away with doing a medium and hard setup. it's a question realistically of how quickly the tyres would wear out on the back. And I'm not confident that it would hold it for very long. Having said that, there are shorter traction zones here, so it's not too bad. Well, that was pretty good. I think we literally got right to the rev limiter at the end of that section, and if that's true, then that's exactly where we want to be. Yeah, the gear ratios are slightly too short. Only slightly. But now that we've qualified in first with the Peugeot once again near the back, I'm actually tempted to do it. It'll force us into a pit stop. But if he is stuck behind traffic, then that gives me a buffer zone to aim for. Especially if I'm pulling out 1.5 seconds or so a lap on the Sauber. It's a big one. It's a gamble. And if it doesn't work, I can state load. Let's go. Oh, there's a convoy and a half, people. Check that convoy out. The Seoul Plaza Hotel in the background there. That wasn't the best line there. I could have done with a better line than that. Well, already there's a bit of a gap forming, and it looks like the Peugeot is quite far back. Remember, this is only a 40 or 50 second lap, this, so a big gap is not as big as it looks. We have to be careful we don't fall into that trap of thinking we've got a bigger lead than we do. But if I'm right, I'm already about 3 seconds a lap faster. If that's the case, then these tyres are staying on. Even if I have to pit once, possibly twice, I'm easily getting the pace to make it up. Right, here we go. We just want a rough gap here, we don't want an exact one. Because we can't get an exact one without doing some serious work. Yeah, I'm already 4 seconds quicker. If that's the case, this is going to be a walkover. It'll all depend on the tyres. If I have to switch to super hards, then so be it. It's as if the tyres have an unreasonable gap in performance between them. I don't know if anyone remembers, but back in 2011, 2012 time, Pirelli did a hard tyre for one race. I think it was at Malaysia, and it was something daft like 1.5 to 2 seconds a lap slower. And it was so slow that no one could use it. People were literally putting it on for one lap because it was pointless to use it any other time. You lost too much time. And whoever's just messaged me, apologies, but now's not a good time because I am high speed. I'm in the middle of the race. I have to focus on not crashing. Yeah, there's the Nissan in the opposite direction. So if this carries on, the Peugeot is going to no longer be my championship rival, which I'm okay with, because those two opening races were too bloody hard. And if he's unable to qualify, then that's fine by me. If he can't qualify in a good position, let him rot at the back. Oh, that wasn't very clever. I like how you can actually see the cars in the opposite direction. Not many games of this era would have actually rendered that, and that's really impressive even now. My God, this feels like a totally different beast to drive on this medium-hard compound combination. The grip is just there. Yeah, this feels a lot faster to drive. This circuit is really suiting my car. Oh, hello. Is that the BMW V12 Alamar that I can see ahead of me? Waiting to be lapped? I think it is. Yes, this is going to be my revenge for Le Mans. Goodbye, my friend. You are a lap down. See you later. Oh, is that a Peugeot 905 I spy ahead of me? Who took me out of a race to get a victory? Now I know why. Because you are a slow, mobile chicane. Well, guess what? I am faster than you by a country mile. Leave my car alone. You're gonna be like that? Goodbye. I'm quite impressed by the tyre wear on this circuit. The tyre wear is holding up beautifully. This circuit really suits these tyres. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not honest. And trust me, I'm really not. Yes, that Sauber must be thinking, what the hell is in the back of that car? And so he should, because I'm a lot faster than him. Compared to everybody else in this race, I've been on a different planet. And I'm not bothered by that at all. It's good. I'm amazed these tyres have held up for 12 laps because they're on medium and hard. I think I actually nerfed my own performance using the hard super hard at the last circuit. I managed to win, of course, but I made it a lot more challenging than it needed to be. Got a little bit of wheel drift going into the corner then. Like torque steer, which is weird because it's a rear wheel drive car, but that's what it felt like. Yes, this is a very 1999 Ferrari strategy, this. All out attack. On pure pace. Even be able to go all the way to the end on these tyres. If I can, that'll be awesome. But I get the feeling they might just run out of grip right at the end, so I've got to be careful. Under a slipstream, I hit the rev limiter then. We've lapped everybody at third but second place now. There's only the Sauber to go. And there it is. But at the same time, that rear left tyre is worrying me. That's a very dark shade of orange. Not quite as orange as the air at Zandvoort a couple of years ago with all the flares in it, but it's orange enough. Well, that's the field lapped. We're probably not going to keep him behind us, but that's not the point. I mean, the thing is, I've actually got so little laps to do. It might be in my interest to stick it out, because even if I do 1 minute laps, they're not going to catch me. Especially when I'm pulling away already. you think about it, by the time I've been into the pits on the next lap, there's only 2 laps to go. So if I'm doing, like, I've just done a 48, they'd have to do ridiculously fast laps to get anywhere near me. So I'm not even going to bother, I'm going to stick it out. Even if the Sauber goes screaming past me and laps himself, it's not going to matter. Oh, but never mind, they've gone into the pits. Right, well, in that case, I'm pitting them. This is the most pointless thing in the world, but I'm going to do an AI. I'm going to pit on the final lap. That's right. And we should come out of the pits at about 2 seconds clear of the pack. And that's the pack who would have to pass me again, which is an impossibility because the race will be over. This is me opening a truckload of salt and rubbing it extremely hard with an angle grinder into their wounds. You can forget about challenging for this championship at this rate, because aside from that one blip at Speedway, you've not even been close. And that, as they say, is that. The ignominy lapped in a 15-minute race. And that Peugeot 905 has once again scored almost nothing. So in the championship now, I am well clear of him. I've got practically a race victory. In fact, I do have a race victory. I was hoping someone was listening for that, Queen. I was waiting to be called out on that one. I was waiting to be called out for that one. And I technically wasn't quoting him because that phrase has been in use for centuries, but for us, it's probably what it's most famous for, let's be fair. Right, okay. Race 5. Halfway through the championship, people. This championship is going to take all stream. A lot longer than I thought it would. Oh, El Capitan. I think the same setup. I think the same setup I've got is going to be good. And as this is a grid start... I've got to decide, do I go with medium? I'm going to go with medium hard and try and win it on pure pace. Oh, listen to that engine noise. See, that's why I didn't bother qualifying. Some rear wheel tyre spin then, which really put me off. The car wasn't gripping very well. So the Peugeot 905, it seems that if you qualify, the Peugeot actually has a shit grip position. So it's like it randomly gets drawn on pole position. So it's like you can almost manipulate the championship by deliberately qualifying in order to have a title rival fall down the order. So there's a little top tip for you all. If you want to game the system and you can't win all the races, do that. Wow, we're nearly 8 seconds a lap faster. Are you serious, bro? At that pace, it's not going to matter if the tyres last only 5 laps. I still have plenty of time to pit and come out in first place. I almost feel like I'm on a tailgate run with the speed of this car here. And for those of you who know what tailgate is, you're very, very cool. You know your JDM cars. Or you've watched a lot of Initial D. Either's fine. I'd say this car is eating the corners for breakfast. Okay, it's more like 9 seconds a lap faster. This is insane. By the way, Joe, have you heard the rumour about who's going to get the second drive at the Sauber team next year? I've heard an interesting rumour online. There's one driver in the running, which is an obvious one, which is Valtteri Bottas. Currently driving for them, currently doing a decent job, well respected on the grid, proven race winner, be perfect person to develop a car with, not a problem. It's who the other competitor for the seat is that's got me interested. The hot rumour is that it's Gabriel Bortoleto, the F2 driver from Brazil, who is backed by McLaren. I don't comprehend that one. Is it a load of nonsense? The pieces don't seem to fit, but yet people are taking it seriously online. Would you believe? Well, the thing is, Queen, it's not necessarily the rivals working together. That's pretty normal. In a racing scene, you normally have 2 drivers, and they are aiming to win the Constructors' Championship for the team. They want to beat each other, but at the same time, they don't usually want to sabotage each other. Unless you're McLaren in the year 2007, of course, but that's a whole other story. But most ideas is your teammate. You try and beat your teammate, and you also try and get as many points for the team. The situation is that the second driver I mentioned, what it is, he's in the lower formula at the moment, and he's essentially an academy driver for the team McLaren, who have Mercedes as their engine partner. The other team that he's apparently linked to, Sauber, are a completely other entity who are owned by Audi, one of Mercedes' biggest automotive rivals. So it makes zero sense for a protege of McLaren and ergo Mercedes, hey, we're taking off, we're flown, to be suddenly in the frame for a seat at Audi. And it's ironic, I started talking about Mercedes, and then my car emulated the Mercedes CLR in 1999 Le Mans and took off. Yeah, I can't take as much speed through the corner as I'd like. The car just like goes into a very twitchy half understeer, half oversteer moment. It just doesn't like it. Problem here is I've lost too much time on these last 2 laps, so I might have to overtake on track if I have to pit. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can salvage this. We currently have a near 30-second gap, so that's not so bad. Yeah, that front right tyre has taken an absolute pounding. It's really struggling, that front right tyre. Having said that though, the pace is still very hot, so... Yeah, I mean, it could be an attempt to be a more versatile driver, but it's more a case of the politicking of getting a race seat on the grid. It's a very hostile environment, and it's very easy to find yourself out of a drive. But I've got no choice. I'm going to have to risk a pit stop on this lap, otherwise I'm going to get overhauled. Because these tyres are going to hit the cliff. So I'm going to have to go for it. Double mediums. We're going all out attack. We're going to be aggressive. I can't risk being undercut. Right, into the pits we go. I think we've got them gapped. Oh yeah, they're gapped. This race is mine. They might be a bit close right now, but they won't be much longer. I will be over the hills and far away. It seems here that the super hard tyres for now are actually not proving of much value. It's a strange one, because normally you want to have tyres on to go to the end, but it just seems to be so much quicker with the pit stop, because I'm able to get way more pace out of the tyres. So we've done our pit stop, we've changed our tyres, and we are well clear of the field. Yep, 13 seconds clear. We've gapped them. They're not going to hope. They're not going to get anywhere near us. That wasn't the best line then, but I got away with it. So if you heard the engine, then it was making a very deep whining noise. That's because I hit what's known as the rev limiter. Basically, the engine had no more ability to actually wind up because of the gearbox. The gearbox couldn't drive it any further because it had reached the end of its range. That's what's known as having a shorter gearbox versus a longer gearbox. It favours acceleration, but you use your revs up far too quickly. Whereas with a long gearbox, it takes you longer to accelerate, but you can get to a much higher top speed. So I get the feeling that the rest of the field aren't even going to pit stop in this race, but it doesn't matter because I've got so much extra speed. I'm able to gap them regardless. We have just one more lap left, and then we are done. Nice, a racing vacation from the comfort of your seat there, Naomi. Indeed, welcome to the stream. Good evening, how are you doing? Welcome back. I say we're in the final lap of the race, so halfway through the World Championship, and then we're going to get some random prize car. Bear in mind, I've been racing already for an hour and 40 minutes. There's about another hour and 40 to go, and I'm expecting that the car will be a troll. I'm expecting the RNG gods to laugh at me and give me something terrible. But we shall see. Stranger things have happened. After all, I won this beauty for an American car race. And oddly enough, they've all done it. They've pitted on the final lap. They've done it again. I don't see the point in that. You might as well struggle through it for one more lap. I mean, I only did it on the last race because everybody else stopped, and I thought, well, if you're going to get fresh tyres, so will I. How strange. Anyway, we've done it. This race is very much mine. But my nemesis has got another 6 points in the championship. That's annoying. He's now, well, no real threat to me in the championship, to be fair. He's 21 points back. He's quite a long way behind me. I've got more than 2 races that I can lose and get no points in, and still be in the lead of the championship. So this is very much in my favour. The odds are looking good upon me. So I'm going to quickly back out again, purely because I want to make sure the game saves. So we had an issue earlier on tonight, Naomi, where we tried to change the settings on our car in one particular race, and it kept on crashing the game. Because, of course, we are playing this in a modified way. It's been modified. And I get the feeling that it makes a few issues, shall we say. Oh, New York, right. Do a quick state save here. I definitely need to change my gearbox. Without doubt, I'm going to need much longer gear ratios here. I'm going to need probably around about 17, I think. And I'm going to keep the medium hard tyres. Is the game going to work? Yes, it is. Good. Okay. Right, we are going to qualify here. And it's a 15-lap race. This is going to be a long race, this one. Oh, no, no, no. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh, you absolute prick. Right, I've got to get past him quickly. I can't have him messing up my lap. This is my warm-up lap. You can give me a nice tow here, though. That's what you can do. Get off my highway, you. Sod off. Oh, I'm glad to hear that you say so. Things are getting better and it's a rising line. That's awesome to hear, Naomi. That's one of the things of when it comes to any kind of, like, you know, progression and changes. It's slow steps, it's the best steps, and you take it with all the support you can. So, fantastic news. Keep it going. Keep on looking forward. That's amazing. This will be a good test of just how long our gearbox is and when we need to change the gear ratios again. I don't think we do. I think we're going to hit the rev limiter about the right time. Yeah, that's fine. Gear ratios are where I need them to be. We get to maybe lap 8 on these tyres, we'll be in a decent place. If we have to stop early in that, it could be a problem. That section of the circuit is really annoying. It's just like constant 90-degree corners that never seem to disappear. Really irritating because you don't get much traction. Yeah, it's going to be a long race, this one. This will be a very long race. But that's pole position. So we'll take it there. Oh, and look who's in last place. My title rival. What a shame. Let's go. Okay, head down. Let's go. Beautiful. Perfect. And we wait for the lines here. Get on the brakes. Nice and smooth. Fantastic. A little wide there because we've got a bit of understeer on the bike, but it's fine. It's not too bad. As these tyres are slowly warming up, they do skid across the surface, which is annoying, but once you ride through that, it's not too bad. The key question is, how much faster per lap are we? Because if we're quite fast per lap, we should be okay to have time to pit stop and win the race. I was thought I'd be coming in here, be clever and have zero stop strategies, but they don't seem as easy to win. Right, here we go. Oh, good lord, that was bad. Oh, that was poor. That was sloppy. I got on the brakes way too late then. I was something like 7 seconds a lap quicker. I'm not now. I'll tell you that for free, people. I massively underestimated the braking distance then. When was the last time New York had something as nice as this? Probably last week, actually, knowing Manhattan, but what do I know? We've seen all the American flags, which are knocking around the place. Yeah, pretty smooth, not bad. That was better. I made the mistake on the previous lap of using the wrong pedestrian markings in my braking point, which was not the smartest move. But it's fine now because we are in front and all we got to do is stay there. Interestingly, we're not even out of the 120s yet. The lap times have not come to the car. Still, they're 15 seconds back now, so they're very, very slow compared to me. Incredibly slow. keep an eye on those tyres. Anywhere around lap 8 will do nicely. Yay, we're 3,000 of a second below the 120s. The car is capable of it, people. Well, the car's probably capable of a lot faster, but I'm not capable of it. Let's be realistic here. Yeah, they're about 5 to 6 seconds a lap slower than me at the moment, which is significant pace. Because that means we're getting close to having a pit stop in the pocket, which is what we want. If our tyres go halfway through the race, we want to be able to box and put the others on. I actually can't remember if in this game you get the prize car before the ending credits or after the ending credits. So that's going to make it interesting. We might have to wait. Ooh, and the Nissan has broken 3 of the Bentley. So we've got a different car in second place now. And I've gone way too deep there. I knew it immediately. Now this is where I'll know what the real pace of this car is, because the Nissan I expect to be faster than the Bentley here. It traditionally has been in the hands of the AI. Even though the Bentley is actually a phenomenal car to drive, I've actually got one. Won it from the Lotus tournament of all places. Thanks to the random prize car rules, we can get anything from anywhere. Limited edition cars, GTP Le Mans cars, rally cars, sheds, museum cars, prototypes. It doesn't matter. If the game says you're getting one, you're getting one. It's like, no, I don't care that you've raced for 24 hours. You are having a Honda Civic, and you will be happy about it. Well, this feels like a much faster lap because I pulled out loads of time here by the looks of it. Yeah, they're 30 seconds behind me. He's just had a terrible lap. Or I've had an absolute storm. I'm not sure which it is. But we're way in front now. And our tyre life is good for this point in the race. We're not far off half distance and we've already got pretty decent tyre wear. We are looking pretty solid here. Good pace all round. Yeah, he's had a much better lap then. He's only lost 4 seconds to me. Yeah, only 4 seconds. It makes me sound like a right egotistical arsehole when I say that. And that statement would probably be correct. Let's be on the money here, people. Yeah, this is really good now. We're in a very, very strong position. Got poor balance through that corner, them. Really poor balance. Luckily, they kind of like bump attacking of those corners got me around them tighter, so it wasn't too bad. It didn't feel fun to drive though, and that's always the part you want. You want it to be nice to drive. So we'll do one more lap, and then we're going to go into the box. Medium, medium, all the way to the end. Because we've got loads of time, and we should use it to make sure we get to the end safely. We had a couple of crashes earlier in the race, so can't afford too many more mistakes. It's amazing how low res some of the background billboards are in this game. But again, for the PS2, the fact they're even there is amazing. I do find it weird though that Gran Turismo 7 is going to get an update for the PS5 Pro, and one of the modes apparently is going to be an 8K mode. Like, who has an 8K television to take advantage of that? What's the point? Right, into the pits we go. We're changing our tyres because they are in a very, very red zone. Well, you say that, Queen. You say it could be a cash grab. Except, to buy the PlayStation 5 Pro with a stand to stop it from overheating and the physical disk drive is going to be around about £820. And then there's the 8K television, which is going to be around about, conservative estimate, £1,400. For that, I can buy a much stronger gaming PC than the one I already have. And for the PC, I will have infinite moddability to my machine to do whatever the hell I like with it. I will own my games. I will be able to use it as a multimedia centre. I just don't see the point. I don't get it. I'd much rather get a proper big gaming PC for that kind of rig. Oh, I suppose they do have that mind, yes, and just because you can afford to pay the price doesn't mean people will pay the price. You want an example of that? Many years ago, Saints Row had a special edition of their game. I think it was the third game. It cost $1 million. And it featured stuff like having a Lamborghini Gallardo, it featured plastic surgery, it featured a trip on the Virgin Galactic spacecraft, all this kind of stuff, and they sold precisely 0 of them. Even people with money to burn refuse to buy it. And if you think I'm joking, run a search for Saints Row $1 Million Edition. I am genuinely not making that up. I think as well, like 8K TVs are something like 80 inches wide and size. You know, 80-inch television. You might as well buy a projector if you've got that kind of size. You get more use out of the projector anyway. Oh, that's giving me a genius idea. Why don't cinemas have consoles hooked up to the cinema screen so you can play games in a cinema, complete with all the sound and everything else? Could you imagine that? Well, that's a night I'd happily go to. God, a 60-inch TV is still pretty awesome. It's big. It's a big one, that, to say the least. I mean, 72, I mean, good lord, that would be pretty something special. And, so some cinemas do actually offer rentals with that very thing, do they? I'll have to see if one near me does that. That could be a very entertaining evening to celebrate a birthday, would I think. That could be a lot of fun. It's like a cinema horror game. Play something like, I don't know, Alien Isolation on a cinema screen. Or find a Demi-Fiend in Shin Megami Tensei 5 on a cinema screen. Stress in 8K resolution with Dolby surround sound. It's certainly a good idea. I'd be up for it. I mean, I've done the local arcade for a birthday. That was a lot of fun. I'd say it's probably not that lucrative, let's be fair, Queen. You're probably not wrong, but it still would have been absolutely amazing fun. It'd be like if you were rich enough to hire out a theme park for yourself. Oh my god, an Xbox 360 on the silver screen. That would have been an interesting experience given the low-res performance of the Xbox 360. What the hell? Get off my racing line, you. Sod off. Get off my racing line. Oh, Silent Hill 2 remake in a cinema. Yeah, that'd be good fun. Oh, no. Gone too deep. Oh. Oh, was that your idea of revenge, was it, Mr. Mercedes driver? Yes, be like Richie Rich and have your own theme park. I know two people who would refuse to come to my theme park because they refuse to get on the rides that I'd want. I know at least two people who'd be like, no, we're good. You go enjoy yourself. I don't know that episode, Queen, but it sounds interesting to say the least. I mean, well, the ground has its attractions, Avian, but come on. Nothing like the thrill of G's at high speed going underneath rails and everything else. But that reminds me, next year, Canada's Wonderland's got a new ride opening. I think it's called Arctic Fury. And basically, you know the big mountain in the middle that's got the arcade ride, the rail shooter, that does not totally have a surprise that caught people out and made them scream. Oh, no, 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 no. There was definitely no surprise that made people do that at all. Definitely not. Well, apparently it's going underneath the mountain. It goes right through it. So that's something I definitely want to check out. Oh, I'm qualifying here. There's absolutely no chance I'm doing a rolling start of this terrible circuit. Not a chance in hell. We are qualifying. And we are going on much shorter gearbox here. We're going to go back to about the same as Korea, because there is one relatively decent straight. Ah! Because he hates lines, so wants to make it all about himself. From what I know, Sam Park, that sounds on point, actually. It sounds accurate for him. Yeah, maintenance is the enemy of roller coasters. They can cause a lot of problems. Yeah, this circuit's not really designed for cars like this. Again, much like the race that we had at Hong Kong, it's just far too tight and twisty. It's not designed for the high-speed changes of direction. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, so I don't remember that particular episode, but it's still kind of interesting. It sounds like they were kind of like doing their own take on Willy Wonka in a way, having to get the public to get into it from somewhere that's so secretive. Yes, the anti-authority complex. You can't tell me what to do. If I was a bus driver, it would be the most ridiculously expensive situation for any bus company. They would be getting sued every single week if I was a bus driver. Godspeed. There's a throwback and a half over here. I forgot about that film. Yeah, I wouldn't need anything on the bus. I'm explosive enough by myself. I expect this to be a circuit where I really struggle I've never been good at Opera Paris. I've never been good here. George Paris, I'm absolutely fine at. But Opera Paris, I've been always awful at it. I'm not good at this circuit at all. Yeah, bell rings to be let off. I always stop when it's the end of the line. I'm not stopping for anybody. Ding, ding, ding. Sit in your seat. I am not going anywhere. Acceptance of the wall. A high speed. Yeah, you can't stand passengers, I get that, Naomi. I know a bus driver and they'd agree with you. Not saying who they are, don't want to get them in trouble. Yeah, this is not my favourite circuit. I really don't like this track. Can't stand it. Currently about 3.5 seconds a lap faster. I think. Maybe slightly slower than that. So, if this is going to be a race I win in the pits, I'm going to have to work very hard indeed. Yes, the New York approach works. Use the public crossing as the brake reference point. I'm just glad we're not doing this race round Città d'Aria or Costa di Amalfi. That would be mental. The good thing for me is the Bentley Speed 8 is in second place, and that means he's holding everybody up, because that car isn't the fastest round here. So that's good for my championship. The more he holds them up, the better. Especially if that Peugeot 905 is near the back of the pack. That makes my job much easier in the championship. Oh yes, I could not go closer to that wall if I tried. That was the Monaco driving line. Oh, we better not go to Monaco on this race. I do not want to go to Monaco. Oh, what a stupid place to put a wall. Curiously, the Bentley now has a gap on the field, so he's not holding anybody up because he's ahead of them by quite a long way. That's intriguing. He's actually winning on pure pace. Well, he's not winning, but he's winning second place. He's first of the losers by a very good pace approach. Yeah, that was a much slower lap. I'm disappointed about that lap. That was a dreadful lap. That's really screwed me over, that. I lost something like 10 seconds on him. But so far, we're holding up. I apologise for the long nature of this race. It's a very annoying circuit. It's boring. It's not interesting. And the race is made arbitrarily long. They could have gone to anywhere else in the game. We could have gone to the high-speed ring. We could have gone to Midfield Raceway. We could have gone to the Nordschleife. We could have gone to Le Mans. We could have gone to Motegi. We could have gone to Suzuka. But no. They brought us to sodding Opera Paris. We're going to go to Laguna Seca. All that good effort undone, just like that. I just want this race to be over. It is annoying me so much. I hate this race. Yeah, the car keeps losing grip in the braking zones. It's kind of frustrating to drive. This circuit is clearly not suited to it. And my lap times are going through the floor at the moment, and the problem with that is it means he's catching me up, and I need to be pulling away. going to have to box at the end of this lap. These tyres have not got anything left in them. These rear tyres are just not going to hold up. Yeah, that pit lane entrance is rubbish as well. So the Bentley's going through. The question is, will we come out ahead of third place? The Bentley going through is annoying, but that car in third, that's going to be the key. Oh, this is going to be really close, and I think he's just going to come out ahead of me. Yeah, he has. Oh God, I didn't need that. I really did not need that. That was bad. That was bad fortune. A couple of silly mistakes gifted the time it needed to catch me up. Sorry, pal. I'm not being held up by you anymore. Get out of my way. Caught him napping up the inside then. So now the tricky part. Catching back up. I've got to assume he's not going to stop. I think part of the reason I don't like this circuit is there's not really much of a flow to it. The sections don't seem to be connected properly between each other. Having said that, that gap has shrunk between me and the Bentley. So this is not over. Yeah, I'm trying to catch him up as fast as I can. I'm taking a much more aggressive strategy, which can work if you get it right. The problem is, it requires talent, and that's not something I have much of. Oh yeah, that gap has massively come down. I wonder if his tyres are end of life, because they have really dropped off the pace for some reason. Oh, not that I needed, did not need that. Yep, there we are. He's in the pits. Perfect. See you later. I'm out of here. So all we got to do now is not make any catastrophic errors. So let's keep our head down and do what we can to get to the end. Yes, we're going to be on for quite some time yet, people. We're nowhere near done. We're going to see what the World Championship brings. And you have to know, I can't leave you on tenterhooks. What I will say is on Friday night, we are going to be back playing Final Fantasy X-2. Depending on what happens with that, we might possibly get to see something else. I'm not going to say any more. It's something I've been tipped off about that I should do if I get anywhere near the end of the game. Then on Sunday night, we will also be getting very close to the end of Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. So, depending on that, if I finish either game, there might well be a new game that enters the rotation from next week. I'm going to keep which game it is under wraps because I need to test that it works. But if it does work and I can capture it properly, it's a game I'm pretty excited to play. Because it's one I didn't think I'd be able to play. But I have been surprised with the method. And indeed, it could well be the next few days of endings. It could well be. I mean, after this one, even by winning the World Championship, we can still carry on playing this game. Because there's lots of events we can still do. And it's a question of how much we can do with random prize cars. Where we have no control over what we get. How much of the game can we finish? Because there's still a lot we can do here, believe it or not. There's still a lot to play for. Having said that, next week the stream schedule is going to be a little strange because I actually have a couple of days away for a business trip, so the midweek stream for GT4 will not be happening. So we may have a gap in the schedule, so keep an eye out for the whole details for that coming up. I make it sound like I'm doing something really important by saying business trip, don't I? And then early next month I'll be taking a weekend off because I will be at a convention, so it's an interesting period. As we enter the back part of the year. Can you believe that already? We're already near the back part of the year. I'll have to soon start thinking about booking my holiday time for next year. For when I go somewhere that's not very important, that isn't going to be exciting at all and nothing to look forward to. We are fast and we are loose. All is going well. I don't know why I look behind me there. There's no one following me. the fast changing of direction there just don't suit this car. The good news is I'm so far ahead now that I've definitely got the race win in the bag. There is no doubt about that. This world is mine. Right, I think in between the next race I'm going to have to take these notes because I've had quite a lot of messages pinging through. And it makes me wonder if there's something I'm not aware of. So, apologies people. I'll finish this race. And I'm going to have to very, very quickly find out what's being said here because I don't know if something important's going on. I hope not. I really do. Oh, I think two people are going to be spared the ignominy of being lapped by me here by the looks of it. Ah, there's a bump in the road there. That explains why I lost all my grip. I felt the car bump to the left. That explains that. Well, it could be, it's not going to be my work. My work would never message me this late at night. I would be astounded if that was the case. Oh, that's my championship rival. I've got to lap him. I have to lap him. I have to finish ahead of him by a lap. Yeah, that's right. Payback for Speedway. Finish a lap down. That's your punishment. Yeah, it's unlikely to be that quick. I'd be very, 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 very surprised if that's the case. It could well be that someone's just basically sending me a load of messages about nothing. Yeah, it seems to be nothing updates, so it's fine. I'm just taking a quick look. We are all okay. All is fine. Yes, Peugeot. That's right. You went into the wall. It's where you belong. So that's race 7 of 10 done. We are 36 points clear. It means we only need to get 5 points from 3 races to be the world champions. That's all it's going to take. So if we win the next race, we are officially the champion. We will be the champions. Let's back out to save our progress. Yes, it's fine. That's race 7 because we got 8, 9, and 10. There are only 30 points on the... No, that means I am world champion. I've done a Max Verstappen at the Suzuka Grand Prix. I'm 36 points in front, and there's 30 to play for. That's it, I'm the world champion. I've won. I'm world champion. And we are at Suzuka. This is a grid start. So I'm not qualifying. Not wasting my time. Oh, it's a bad start. I was forced onto the grass, but I managed to hold it together. Yeah, who says you can't overtake in the S's, people? Who says you can't overtake here? It's ironic that I mentioned that whole thing with Max Verstappen because it's at this circuit where he was the surprise world champion. Johnny Herbert went to interview and went, "You're the world champion, mate." Oh, okay. You want to go off at Degner? That's fine by me. Get a decent line into the Spoon curve as it's known. Named after Spoon Sports, the tuning company who are part of Honda, who own this race circuit. Now we are making progress, people. Now we are flying. That isn't technically the way you're supposed to take that circuit, but there's no penalty for it, so that's fine. Yeah, this is good. This is the circuit that when it was first added to Gran Turismo in this game, online a load of people hated it. I was one of the few who loved it. It's a proper old school challenging circuit where you really have to be on it. I've never actually been to Suzuka. It's one of my all-time dream circuits to go to. I've done Fuji, but I've never done Suzuka. Unique because it's the only Formula 1 circuit which is a figure of 8. It's both clockwise and anti-clockwise. That was a very twitchy corner, then. It tail slid out on me, and then it's not stopped in time. Well, that screwed me over. Never mind. It's okay. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I must admit that random rumble strip which like follows me around is really off-putting. I'm aiming for the racing line and it's just like one block which is going by itself for no reason. It's a graphical glitch and it is extremely off-putting. I think it's to do with the way that the ISO is extracting the data, and despite having like the anthroposcopic filtering and everything else on, it's not making the difference. There's a bit of a duel going on down there. I quite wish I could have seen that, but unfortunately I'm in a race and I have to focus on my job. To the backside of Dunlop into the 130R. Annoyingly, in this car you do have to do like a minor lift because it's not quite got the downforce to force you through the corner at full speed. Yeah, that was a lot quicker than that. A lot faster. Oh, bugger. Oh, that is poor. That was sloppy. Rear tyres just caught the edge of the grass. In real life, that would have been a retirement. The rear chassis, the engine, everything would have gone up. That was extremely costly. That was amateur hour from me, that was poor. Very, very poor. Yeah, we are very, very slow on this lap. The only good thing is the tyres are actually holding up surprisingly well. So we might be able to get away with a no-stop race here. Might be in the keyword. But I can't afford too many errors like that again, because otherwise that's going to put me right back down the pecking order. Yeah, so 43 was our previous lap. That cost us 7 seconds. That is a lot of time. But you can see that I learned my lesson. I went nowhere near it this time. Felt a very twitchy rear end then as I was getting into the braking zone. Managed to catch it, but it wasn't very comfortable. It's like this car has that... It has a very small window of grip. When you get it right, it just absolutely goes on rails. But once you're in the slightest zone outside it, you are going off the track very quickly. It's an odd, awkward car to drive. But it's still very fast. It served me well. I'm not going to blame the car. I'm going to blame my driving. Well, that was fast. I just found 2 seconds on my best time. Got a bit too greedy then. Very, very greedy. Because I set a very fast time for me, all of a sudden I thought my cojones were bigger than they really are. And I very nearly went straight off the circuit. Yeah, 4 laps to go in. Oh, that Nissan's just gone right off. I just saw him. The bottom left of my screen. He couldn't get stops in time for Degner, so he's made a mistake now as well. I like the fact that the AI make mistakes in this game. Too often they go around corners on rails, AI cars, and it's just kind of boring. I like seeing the cars struggling to control and making mistakes and losing time. It's nice to see that in a game. keep these tyres to the end. It's going to be a bit of an ask, but I'm going to try my best. I really don't think these tyres are going to last to the end. They're not quite in the red zone, so I'm going to see if I can nurse them. It would be a difficult task, but it's not impossible. Though going off like that's not going to help. I just don't like the look of these tyres. I really don't like the look of them. The big test is going to be here. To be fair, aside from hitting the curb, I actually had decent grip there. More than I expected. Right. We're locking it in. We're going to keep going. I can afford to be in the 45s, or maybe even the 46s. If they are going to the pits, then at that point, I've probably still won the race, because they will fuel their tanks all the way to the top. I won't do that. Ah, they're in the pits. If they all go in, I'm going in. Yeah, they've all gone into the pits. Cool, apart from a couple of cars. I'm going to go for it. Medium, medium, because these tyres feel dead. Yeah, the grip's just not there. I'm in the 47s there. This is slow. These tyres are shot. They've hit the cliff. No doubt about it. I've hit the cliff. Listen to the tyres digging into the highway now. Can you hear that? Listen coming out of Spoon. Yeah, I couldn't even get the car turned in then. I couldn't even turn the car in, let alone like try and go at speed. Yeah, these tyres are yacht. This could be an all or nothing lap, because if the Peugeot wins, I mean, it's not going to affect the championship. I'm still too far ahead, but it's a matter of pride, goddammit. I don't want to lose to him. Or her. They don't say the name of the drivers, so I can't tell you what their names are. Here we go. I've got one lap to catch them. Oh no, you don't. Stay behind me. I don't care if I'm on cold tyres. You are not getting past me. Stay back in your lane. Stay exactly where you are. Whereas you, Mr. Peugeot driver, you think you're going to get it away from me on the final lap? I don't think so. Come here. I've got fresher tyres than you. I've got a faster car than you. But I'm also running out of laps. I'm running out of time. Oh look, you're starting to spin. You have no idea how to control your car, do you? That's right. Surrender to me. Inside that spoon. Thank you very much. So much nicer to drive now. I've got our proper tyres underneath me. I could have gone more. I should have gone in at the end of lap 8, well, the end of lap 7. But it's fine. We've caught them up. We've passed them. And now we take the checkered flag. Just goes to show that grip is so important. Having optimal grip is what you need. We have 2 more races to go in the World Championship. There it is. We are 40 points clear. It is unassailable. They can't get anywhere near us. We are the world champions, and we are on a... I don't want to call it a victory lap. We're on a victory tour all around the world. Yes, we are. So we're going to back out and save our game. We're not going to lose our progress. It's not happening. Oh, we've now got the Infinium Raceway added to our tour total. Oh, okay. Cool. In the middle of a race for no reason. I don't know why that unlocked here. You tell me. I don't know, people. The big question is, what circuit are we going to? Grand Valley Speedway? That's an interesting choice. And because of this, it'll be a grid start. So I'm not qualifying. I think end of lap 8, maybe end of lap 7, I'm going to aim to box. Oh, I've got a much better start this time. See you later. Look at that. Off the line. They didn't have a hope. They were done. I'd normally aim to go through that corner flat, but not this time. So we've already done Suzuka. I'm guessing the final race is either going to be at the Nürburgring or at La Sarthe in Le Mans. At least that's where I'd expect it to end. So Grand Valley Speedway, of course, was the OG circuit from the original Gran Turismo 1. It's considered like the gold jewel. Although the recent reinterpretation of the circuit is nowhere near as good. So this is going to be a relatively long race, actually, because the laps are quite long here at Grand Valley. I could just feel the car understeering in the middle of the corner, but it's going to let go here. I just had this feeling that the car was not going to react the way I wanted it to. Which is annoying, but what can you do? So we're just going to be settling down for the night shift, people. We've got one more race after this, and then we will be done with this championship, and we'll be able to find out what reward we have randomly rolled. It's been the longest championship so far, so thank you all for staying with me. We're not far off the end. We've almost done it in one night, which is tremendous. We've had to work hard for it. We've had some mistakes on the way, but we're doing okay. Yep, 14 seconds clear. Not bad. Even in one of the fastest cars in the game, this championship is a long one. You have to work hard for it. Nice, 1:34.7, much faster. Oh dear, no. Caught the grass at the wrong time then, and it just threw my car into the seaweed. The good thing is we are lapping a lot faster than the computer at the moment, so we're not under serious pressure. However, the moment you start to think like that is the moment you make a catastrophic mistake and find yourself retiring from the race. So let's keep ourselves tucked in and aim for the best. Nice and smooth. Interesting, the Sauber's got ahead of the Peugeot. Just to rub salt in the wound, the Sauber C9 has gone way past him. Yes, the Sauber C9, the car was absolutely ridiculous in Forza Motorsport 4. The most overpowered thing in the world. Practically unstoppable. Although I managed to stop it in the Peugeot 905 and got accused of being a cheat because of it. Oh. I think I caught the grass then. It's the only explanation I've got for that. I must have caught the grass. I managed to hold it, don't get me wrong, but still. Not ideal. Not the optimal line, that, people. We're getting closer, peeps. We're not far off. One more lap and then we'll stop because, well, what I mean by stop is go into the pits and change tyres because that front right tyre is getting a concerning shade of yellow. And after what happened to Suzuka, I don't want that again. I want to have the tyres 100% ready to go. It's still a surprisingly quick lap though in the 35s. I'm quite surprised by that. I'm hoping that the final race will be at somewhere like La Salle. I'd like a race at Le Mans as a way to finish tonight's stream. But watch it now be bleeding Tsukuba or somewhere rubbish like that. Or Driving Park. That'd be an epic way to end the World Championship, wouldn't it, people? Yeah, I've called this right. The pits are in this lap for sure. That front right tyre is on its last legs. Can't afford to risk staying out on it. If I do, I'm going to be in serious bother. But we don't need to refuel. We're going to go medium, medium. That's what we're going to do. Medium, medium. I love how the guy has still got the petrol refueling rig on his shoulder ready to go. Even though I said we're not refueling. I get the feeling we're going to come out right in the gaggle of cars here. This could be a very, very unfortunate pit stop. And it is. We're right in the middle of the gaggle. We're right in the middle of the pack. This has not worked out well. I needed about 3 more seconds to come out ahead of these guys. Now I've got traffic to clear. This is an awkward situation. Can't afford to wait. I've got to go. I've got to strike while the iron's hot. I'm liking the amount of actual racing I've had to do here tonight. It's been fun. There has been the occasional race where once we've got out front it's been a case of going burr, but We've had some general, actual racing, really challenging races. Oh, see what I mean? Even now, they're not letting me out of the sight. It's amazing. A lot of that's down to the tyres still not being up to temperature, but that's not the point. These guys are scrapping. They don't want me anywhere near them. But the Sauber's gone into the box. He's gone in 1 lap later. So the Toyota and the Sauber might have all the power in the world, but the tyre wear is not there. And since the pit stop takes about 30 seconds, it can make all the difference if you can avoid stopping. If you've got the pace, you can make it work. I proved that at the R246 in Tokyo. But so did the Peugeot, it was right on my tailpipe. Still, it must be said, we're in a good position here. We've got 2 laps left after this. That's all we got. So a few more cars have gone into the box. The question is, will the Peugeot go in at all, or will he take a second place before the final race that we have on this stream tonight? And we'll have the titles to check out, and then we will be done. Once we know what random car we've unlocked from the World Championship. After more than 3 hours of racing, we're still not done. And this is going to be the longest grind in the world for what I think is going to be a total, utter shed. But we shall see. That felt very, very nice then, coming out of the corner. And it's a new fastest lap as well. So we're on to the final lap of this race, people. There's just one more to go. And would you believe it? The Peugeot 905 has gone into the pits on the final lap. The question is, will that cost him second place? Or will he have jumped everybody by doing what's known as an overcut? It's not looking good for him. He's been passed. He stayed out too long on those tyres and he's under serious pressure now. Whereas I'm just laughing all the way to the bank. We're almost there, people. Thank you once again for everyone who's stayed out here tonight. You're all amazing. I really am humbled by the fact that people actually sit here and watch me do this stuff. It's incredible. So thank you all very much. We're on to the final round. Almost there. We're going towards the pit wall. And there's the checkered flag. So, we have one race left. Looking at the championship now, of 90 points, we've got 86. We've more than doubled the tally of the team behind us. We are champions by a long, long way. Aside from one blip at the second race of the season, we've been absolutely dominant. And there is one final hurdle to clear. So, we're going to quickly back out and save our game again. The advantage of being able to save your game mid-championship is so important. It really is. Yeah, we are currently racing in the World Championship. We know that. So, race 10. And it takes us to... Where does it take us? The Circuit de la Sarthe. Well, I could qualify here, but this is a very long lap. It's around about 3 minutes minimum. So I don't want to do that. But one thing I am going to do is I'm putting a very, very long gearbox on here, because this is one of the fastest circuits in the world. It's around about 80% full throttle. You're hitting speeds over 220 miles an hour. Enough talk. Let's go. Honestly, to qualify would add at least another 6 minutes of racing time. So we're not qualifying here. We're doing it the old-fashioned way. It's the first version of the track, so there's no long 4 mile long straight, sadly. It's a real shame, that. But this is a chance for us to open the taps and go for gold. In the field, we have the former champions BMW in the V12. We have the former champions Bentley in the Speed 8. The close pretenders Toyota in the GT1, the close pretenders Nissan in the R92, and we have the former champions Sauber Mercedes in the C9. It's all Group C legends, all back at La Sarthe. Here we go. A bit dirty. See what I mean about full throttle? We are on the pace very quickly here. This is real French roads. You can actually drive on this. It's known as the Mulsanne, because it's literally the straight road towards Mulsanne village. That's why it's called Mulsanne. Originally, the Le Mans 24 Hours was a chance for car manufacturers to test just how good their cars are. Nowadays, it's 24 hours of sprint racing. It is mental. It's loud, it's fast, and it's damn good fun. If you get the chance to go to Le Mans, go. You will not regret it. The only question we've got here is whether our tyres will go the distance, but it's such a long circuit that a gap is going to be very difficult to read. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Because the map is deceptive. They can look incredibly close to you, but actually be a lot further back than you think they are. It's one of those circuits. Though at the moment, they don't appear to be that far behind me. They really don't. However, I do have one ace on my sleeve. One thing that the AI won't do. Well, I have two things on my sleeve, but one I really don't want to do. But that's the first one. They won't cut the chicane like that. They don't cut that chicane anywhere near as fast. That is the trump card that we have as the player. And you can see the difference it's made to the lap time already. That wasn't the best line then. That was quite poor. Corner known as Touch Rouge. You get it right, it's phenomenal fun. But you get it wrong, you're compromised all the way down the straight. It's incredibly important. It does seem strange, though, that we don't have a race at the Nürburgring in the World Championship. You'd think we would do, but we don't. Yes, so not got much in the way of commentary I can offer here because it's a high-speed circuit where you're most of the time on throttle. There's not much on-lap commentary you can give, you just got to get on with it. Yeah, they definitely don't do that. That I can tell you. Oh wow, 3:11 dead. It's not often you see a dead heat time, but it's there. Uh-oh. That's it. That screwed my race right there. That has cost me dearly. So we are still quite far in front, so we may get away with this. May being the key word. Yeah, we still win the championship regardless, but I want to win on a high. I don't just want to win. I don't want to crawl over the line and be the champion. I want to be celebrating in a blaze of glory. That's what I want to be doing. I want to be popping the champagne corks. Says the guy who doesn't drink. Yeah, we're going good. Well, the tyres have held up beautifully well. The tyres are not even in the yellow zone, so I was worried that we wouldn't have any grip to make it back on, but I'm glad that I didn't use the super hards for this race. Because that would have just been throwing away lap time. Because the tyres have held up so well here. It's strange, some circuits the tyre wear is really, really low, and other times it's absolutely insane. And that's how it is in real life motorsport, by the way. Some circuits chew tyres to pieces, and other circuits you can basically drive around in them all day. Yeah, 6.5 seconds I lost in the middle of that when I went into the sandpit, Tetra Rouge. Well, it's on the final lap. All we got to do is make it through here safely. I've actually got a photo of me laid down at that corner there on the inside of the apex. I should find it and put it on the thing one time when I was at Le Mans. I've actually got a load of photos. Yeah, with the very long gear ratios, we're up near the 240 mile an hour speed limit, which is pretty amazing. In fact, we just went beyond it, went 242 briefly. About another minute and a half, people, and we will have done it. We will have won the World Championship. Now, what, there's one thing I do want to mention. Apparently, at some point this year, there's going to be a new Gran Turismo demo dropping on the PlayStation Network. Rather patronisingly called My First Gran Turismo. It sounds like the kind of thing you'd give to a child. It sounds like such a massive misstep to me. I don't know why they're doing it. So there might be some new exclusive content for that to look out for, but still. My First Gran Turismo. Welcome back to the days of elementary school, people. Unless, of course, all the cars have child stabilisers on them. That could be kind of funny. That could make it kind of interesting. Maybe having driving on those old bleeding, like, tracks based off of those road car, toy car maps. But here it is. With the fastest lap to boot. We win. In just under 13 minutes. Not bad at all. And our championship rival is absolutely nowhere. Although he is actually in a duel at the moment with the Nissan R92. But he loses. And there we are. We finished with more than double the points of our closest rival. We absolutely crushed that championship. Thanks to the Toyota GT1, won randomly from the American League. You gotta love car roulette, people. You gotta love it. And there we are. Check out our keyring, people. That's our prize. That's what we've earned. That glorious golden keyring. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now we're talking, peeps. Oh, here we go. It's going straight to the roulette. Here we go. It is. Not a bad car, actually. The Nismo Fairlady ZZ Tune. That's better than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting something far, far worse than that. That's not bad at all. It's not a great car, but it's not a bad one. And the question is... there's no credits in this game. There is no end credits. There is no ending movie. There's no ending movie. We are 23.2% complete, people, on day 298, and we are the world champions, which means we can now get access to the extreme events. Oh, yes. So, as a way to end tonight's stream, we're going old-fashioned. We are doing like the wind. We're gonna do it. 5 laps of the test course. We're gonna put on the hardest tyres we've got, and we're gonna have a victory lap around the fastest course in the game. Now, pardon me. I'm gonna very quickly change the tyres. We're gonna go with hard on the front and super hard on the back. And the transmission is going to be all the way out. We're going for the top speed. We're going to see how fast we can go, assuming the game is going to work. And it is. Here we go, people. We're having a victory lap. We're driving. Well, we've got the BMW V12. We've got another Toyota GT1, which is mine. The Mazda 787B. And a hopelessly out of its class Camaro NASCAR. Here we go, people. We're going for maximum speed. Just how fast can this car go? We've got the gear ratios at maximum. We hit 242 on the Mulsanne with a car that had lower gear ratios than this. Yes, check it out, people. Isn't this an epic race? We are going in a straight line on the longest oval you can imagine. This is a top speed run. We want a victory lap, and we're going to have one. We're going to end the stream with a 5-lap endurance run. Without any draft, we're getting 247. Can we hit 250? Or do we have too much drag? And also, what troll car are we going to get from this, people? We're going so fast. It's got to be something silly, hasn't it? But there is lap 1. It looks like 247 is going to be our top speed without a slipstream. That's disappointing. I hope we go faster than that. Yeah, Joe. How would you like to do this race again? For 10 laps in a Toyota Vitz? Oh yeah. One-handed, just to prove it. That's how arrow straight that straight is. The Toyota GT1 is in second place. Toyota are going for a 1-2. Could you imagine an endurance race here? You know, like a 100 lap event or something like that. Could you imagine how hellaciously awful that would be? We are a kilometre in front when they hit the beams. I don't know why I bothered putting super hard tyres on this. I really don't know why I bothered. The super hards are barely even warm up. The front tyres are freezing cold. I've not been able to put any energy through them. I could have gone on qualifying tyres here probably. Where's the 1000 brake horsepower 180 SX or the 1000 horsepower R33 Skyline, the HKS drag cars? They're the cars I want to take round here. They were amazing machines. I really appreciate all your patience out there watching me do this. Thank you all so much. As I say, we are going to be back on Friday evening when we pick up Final Fantasy X-2. That'll be at 8 p.m. BST. And as I say, if, as I suspect, we're right near the end of the game, I do have something else planned for immediately after that, but I won't say any more until that moment arises. And then on Sunday, we will be back at 8 p.m. BST for what is promising to be the finale of SMT5 Vengeance. And in the event that I do finish that, well, as I said before, there might be a brief break in the stream and then something else potentially following it. We will find out. I also have to decide on what I'm going to do in terms of following that up. I'm filling time. I'm trying to make this entertaining, people. It's a straight oval. I'm sorry. This is a damn squib chill out kind of moment to finish, isn't it? We're chilling and winding down, as we say here in the UK. We're on the wind down. And the tyres are now at least green at the back. So that's something, I guess. Oh, come on, let me get a slipstream. Let me pick up a slipstream. I'd like to finish this with a really high-speed ending. But I get the feeling I'm going to be too far back. I don't know, actually. I might catch him. Yeah, I'm going to get a slipstream. Here we go. .255. That's as high as we can go, people. We cleared 250 right at the end. Thanks to the Chevrolet Camaro, which never had a hope. Which means it's now more than 6 miles off the pace, would you believe? That's the distance that I've covered compared to him. So here we go, people. We're going for the line. Oh, that poor Chevrolet Camaro. It never had a hope. It never had a hope. So the question is, what car are we going to unlock by that ridiculous ending race like the Wind? Extra 20,000 credits, not going to say no to that. So let's find out. Here we go. Let's roll the dice one last time, people. Drum roll, please. Here we go. Yes! Oh, yeah. Check it out. We got a VW Lupo touring car. Oh, yeah. Ah. This is going to leave F1 cars for shame. It's going to leave them in the dust. What a car. Just out of curiosity, my Toyota GT1 has 1,088 brake horsepower, whereas the VW Lupo has 133. It doesn't even have enough horsepower to beat my Peugeot 206. And on that damp squib, that's where we're going to wrap it up for tonight. I said before, but we're going to be back on Friday evening at 8 p.m. BST. It's day 300 in game. Perfect time to wrap things up. Thank you all very, very much for watching. And VW Lupo, go brr. Oh yeah.